This video shows you how to set up authentication for your project using an attendee list. This feature is available if you use EventPilot Premium or Pro versions. External authentication lets users log in and thereby sync their schedules or notes across devices, participate in chat, gamification, and other app functions, and can even be used to limit access at startup. This means users have to log in to even see your program. As a first step, we need to prepare a spreadsheet of the attendee list. Most registration systems would allow you to export a CSV. Be sure that your attendees have a unique ID, first name, last name, and private email address. All attendees must also have a username filled in, which they would use to log in with. The usernames must be unique. If the email addresses in your registration system are all unique, it is a good idea to use those as the usernames. In the Conference App Builder, let's set up our attendee list. Click on Attendees. In the Attendees tab, click Add Import. Give your import a name, like Attendees. Choose CSV Upload. Click Next, and click Upload to upload your attendee list CSV. Click Next. Make sure all columns in your CSV data are mapped to the proper headers. Click Next to finish the import. Our attendee list is now imported. You can see how each attendee has a first name, last name, private email address, and username. With our attendee list now in place, let's set up the authentication. Click on Settings and Auth Settings. Click the Edit icon to open up the authentication setup. Click the drop-down arrow to select an authentication type. The default EventPilot login methods allow anyone to register an account with the app or use Google or LinkedIn to log in. The attendee list setup is what we are about to use. If you are using a registration vendor such as Maritz and CDS, you can directly integrate and attendees log in with their registration number and last name. Custom authentication options are only available with EventPilot Pro, where our developers would work with you to set up a custom SSO, for example, with your association management system. Let's continue with our attendee list setup. Authentication must be completely set up before you announce the app to your users. If you switch authentication methods after you have already had your users log in, you would cause them a lot of trouble. So make sure you pick one method and don't change it later. Click OK, click Next. You can even display the registration URL directly in the app. Let's add the sample URL myreg.com/abc123. If you only want registered attendees to even open your event program, you can toggle Users Must Log In at Startup to On. We'll leave this off as we want attendees to view and search the program and log in later if they want to chat or play the Scan Hunt game. Click Next. In the Settings field, give your attendees some details about the login. In the Login Instructions field, provide your attendees specific details on how to log in. Always include your support email address or other contact information for users to reach out to you in case they have trouble logging in. In the Username Hint text field, add a hint that lets users know what they are supposed to enter into that field. We have set up the registration email as the username field. Let's type in email you registered with as the hint. If you use the attendee list as your authentication method, the password is always the last name. Click Done. Click OK on the Publish alert, and then click Publish to publish your changes. Let's take a look at what the authentication looks like in the app. While users generally get prompted for any areas where login is required, it's also possible to log in by going to More and Login Settings. Notice how the customized instructions and the registration link appear in the Login Settings page, and when we now tap to log in, the specific instructions and hints appear in the actual login page. Once users are logged into the app, they stay logged in until they themselves actively log out. Throughout your event, you can continue to update your attendee list with additional registrants and re-import an updated attendee list. A publish is not necessary, as new users can log in as soon as the attendee list is updated in the application builder. Since we uploaded our CSV in the earlier step, click the Edit button, click Next, click Upload to upload your updated attendee list CSV, click Next. All columns should still be mapped to the proper headers, and click Next to finish the import. Our updated attendee list is now imported, and the latest attendees that were added can now log in.